Turkey season is fast approaching or already here in a lot of states, so today we're going to be patterning and testing out my fairly budget-oriented turkey shotgun build for the season to see what its ethical range is going to be in the field and what we can expect to squeeze out of this shotgun in particular without breaking the bank. Let's get started. Gentlemen, welcome to the video, welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. What I have with me today is a fairly budget-oriented turkey shotgun. So in this video, we're going to talk about the build of the shotgun as a whole, the parts and components that make it what it is and good at its job, and then we're going to put it on paper out to 50 yards to see what the performance would be on a turkey. We're also going to talk about the ammunition choice in this video as well. So let's get into the build itself. This is a stock Mossberg 500 in 20 gauge that I picked up off of the used shelf a few years ago at this point for about 225 bucks. Went ahead and slapped a Carlsons Turkey Choke on the end of it. These Carlsons chokes usually come in at about $50, so pretty affordable. I think I actually got that one on sale for 35 bucks. This is a 26-inch barrel with some porting up front, which helps cut down on a little bit of recoil, although 20 gauge is already a fairly low recoil round to begin with. And pump action, very smooth, very reliable. I prefer pump action for most of my shotgun uses. This is not necessary to the build, but I wanted to throw it on for ease of use. This is just a standard Picatinny rail cut to go onto a Mossberg 500 drilled and tapped receiver, topped with a Sig Romeo 5. A nice budget-oriented, again, red dot sight, fully enclosed, which I like quite a bit. Also, in keeping with the budget nature of this whole build, we're going to be shooting some Remington Nitro Turkey 3-inch 20 gauge shells with the 5-shot size. So all in all, $225 for the shotgun, 50 bucks up front for the choke, and I could have just stopped right there, bringing us to $275 for the whole build. I'm gonna go set up the first target out at 20 yards, and we'll talk about why we actually pattern our shotguns. So you might wonder what the actual point of patterning a turkey shotgun is gonna be, and why we don't just grab a shotgun from the shop, go out and point it at a bird and pull the trigger. To be as ethical as we possibly can, we want to know exactly what our specific combination of gun, shell, and choke is doing at different ranges that we might have to shoot a turkey. At 20, I like to see a target, a pattern about yay big, to give me a little bit of forgiveness. But we're going to find out. We're going to test at 20, 30, 40, and then we'll step out to 50 just to see what happens. All right, so that's our target set up at 20 yards. We're gonna go back, lean up against a tree, shoot this for real. I'll probably shoot it off of sticks just so I can have the highest degree of accuracy possible, so I know that it's not me pulling shots around. And I like to be about zeroed at 20 yards. That's going to give me a nice pattern out to 30, 40, 50 and still be nicely centered with that red dot. This is a new choke. First shells I'm putting through the Carlsons choke. I was using a True Glow choke before, so I am expecting a slight shift in zero right here. But let's back up to the 20-yard line and take a shot. We are right at 20 yards. Definitely don't need sticks at 20, but and I probably won't carry sticks on me during an actual hunt, but they will just provide a little bit of a sanity check, which can't hurt. Okay, lovely. So I'm aiming here, I'm hitting about, what is that, 4 inches high, I'd say. So what I'm essentially gonna do now is just take down this shoot and see target, or I'm gonna paste the new shoot and see target over it, adjust my red dot 4 inches low, and reshoot this. So let's go ahead and do that and see how it turns out. Okay, now after that little adjustment, I mean, we've got full coverage on this whole center dot area, which is kind of the point of aim. So that is demolished, and we've got a good vertical pattern here and just nice even coverage all through the middle of that. So that's what we're looking for at 20. I'm going to call that zeroed. We've got very little spillover here on the bottom and very little spillover here on the top. This spillover is kind of doubled up from the last shot up on the top here, but all of this is fresh, and those are all really good hits at 20 yards. So with that, we're going to go ahead and back up to 30, reshoot, and see what we get. 29.9. I'm going to call that good to go. Grab a shell, Drop her in. Get cozy here. Honestly, that looks really good from here, so I'm loving that 30-yard pattern. That looks really similar to the 20, to be completely honest. So hopefully it is. Let's go look. Okay, so honestly, kind of goes without saying here, but dead bird. So 30 yards is looking good. The extreme spread on this pattern is all the way down to here and all the way up to here. So I mean, we've got pellets about yay large. But the density of it is mostly in the 8x8 square here, which is fantastic. 30-ish pellets, you know, up here would be his head, center of his neck, base of his neck. So happy with that. Let's go ahead and pull this target off, and we will set up another out at 40, and hopefully remain lethal out to that far, and then we'll see what 50 looks like. I want to check out 50, but I don't necessarily plan on taking a bird out at 50, so 40 yards it is. Let's go. Firing. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Looking a little more sparse. That is to be expected for sure. Let's go see what we got. Okay. 40-yard target. Not bad. Not that great. This is about where I think I would cut this off. We've got a nice cluster of pellets right here in the middle, right below where the head would be. This is my point of aim, so this would be kind of middle of the neck. His head would be up here. We're dropping a ton of pellets here into the base of the neck, and we've got some skimming around the head up in here, and a few peppering right around the center. The pattern itself is about from all the way out to this edge of the paper, and kind of over into this area of the paper, all the way down into here. But out here, this is mostly flyers out on the edges. I'd say the bulk of it is about, you know, if this is an 8-inch square, it's about a 12 to 15-inch spread there. So happy with that. 40, I'll take that shot all day. Let's try 50 and see if we don't learn something. Okay, 50 yards, just for experiment. Don't necessarily expect to take this shot, but it's good to check if I can. Go ahead and try. And 3, 2, 1. Cool. Let's go check. Okay, so here we have just the truth of the matter, shooting sub 12 gauge with lead shot. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 pellets inside of this 8x8 square. Now, again, if base of the neck is here, or I'm sorry, base of the neck is here, middle of the neck is here, head is up here, this is hypothetically a dead bird because we've got pellets right here, 3 of them. We have a 3, 4, 5, you know, 8 pellets hitting in the head and neck. But if his head and neck is right here in the pattern, he's okay. Big hole right here. There's 1 pellet right there. I just got lucky that the center of the target happened to be where a vertical line of pellets landed. So I'm not really willing to take this chance on a 50-yard bird. It's just not as repeatable as I would like it to be, because I see holes in the pattern where if his head had been in any of these little holes, he would have probably run out of there with some pellets in his wings or something, and just not something I want to deal with. So let's go ahead and compare each target side by side to give you guys kind of a better look at things. Okay, let's do a little show and tell. 20-yard target, absolute mayhem. That bird is extremely dead. Then we have the 30-yard pattern, super dead bird, obviously, as well. I mean, we've got over 30, 40 pellets in the center here, so that's no big deal. 40, things start to get a little sketch, right? So center of the neck here, base of the neck here, head up here, dead bird in the middle here, and dead bird from these few pellets in the middle. So not worried too much about. 40 yards, 50 yards, sketchy. Probably not gonna do this in real life, just because we've only got maybe 8 pellets here in the middle that are going to do their job effectively. So what does all this mean? Well, For the budget-minded person, you're probably going to get 40-yard capability out of a 20-gauge pump gun. A 12-gauge might give you that edge out at 50 with the correct choke and still using lead loads. If you want to step up to something that's going to be able to reach to 50 reliably and really not have any issue with it, start talking about TSS, tungsten super shot shells from Federal, or Turkey Ninja, or whoever makes the certain flavor that you might enjoy. Those are going to give you a higher pellet count with roughly the same amount of energy per pellet because it's just a better metal for the job, but they are obscenely offensive. 65, 75 bucks for a box of 5. It's just not within the realm of what this shotgun is built out to do. Now, I could afford TSS shells if I wanted to shoot them, but for the sake of this video, I wanted to shoot a shotgun that was budget-minded so that you guys could get an idea of how far you could really stretch your dollar. If you guys think I missed anything or you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below the video. I do read all the comments, so I will be able to answer you back there pretty quick and get a bit of a discussion rolling. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel right down below. And if you are headed out in the turkey woods this year, good luck. Let me know how it goes. And that's pretty much all I've got for you. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.